And welcome back to the IWAR Network Tubecast. I'm your host, Alex G. And I just want to let everyone know, if you have small children in the room, grandma sitting right next to you, you might want to put them to bed right away. So I would give you 30 seconds to do that. I am not monetizing the show, so I don't have to worry about swearing, because there's going to be quite a bit of it on this episode of the IWAR Network Tubecast.
I think Sharon speaks French, so she's probably okay.
Okay. So we don't mess around with French grandmas. That's all good. That's the way we do it. So who do we have here today? So you have myself. I'm Alex G. I am the commissioner of the IWL. Right? Are you sneezing? Are you serious right now? We got Matt Riley, IWAR commissioner. We got Jeff. We got Aaron Scotts somewhere floating around here. I think he just gave me the finger. That's all good. Appreciate that.
I have returned.
Scott has returned. Aaron has returned. Everyone's here. Luke decided to he's off in a foreign country somewhere, probably getting into some shenanigans, assassinating a foreign head of state of some sort.
Luke has returned too, but to Guatemala.
Cow tipping.
So what's going on tonight, gentlemen? It's gonna be a fun show. This will be our results show, I guess, sort of. If you want to.
We do have a Johnny B email, so
we will not read that email on this show today. No, because I do not want Johnny B to be affiliated with this show that we're going to have right now.
You know he's gonna listen.
He's going to listen. I know this.
He's listening right now.
Right.
He's inside the house.
He's secretly going to enjoy it.
Because when I start off the show by saying this motherfucker right off the bat, right? You know we're in for it this week. So, okay. So where do we start? I got some comments in the YouTube comment section today of all days. So happy Gold Tuesday, by the way, guys. It's actually 30 minutes, and it's going to be Wednesday. So I got some comments today in the comment section of our YouTube. Tubecast, the last one we just did. If you guys want to go ahead and check that out, by all means, I could use the extra views on that video. So thank you so much for that. Guys, I don't know if I can make this more clear than I have in the past. If you have a comment or concern or any kind of feedback, it's in your personal best interest to be respectful. If you're not going to be respectful, I'm not going to be respectful back. It's just the way I am. If someone comes up to me and calls me a motherfucker, I'm going to call a motherfucker right back. That's how I work. I don't work for the IWA. I'm not in customer service. I don't have to be nice to you. This is how this works.
Well, I'm nice.
It's just the way it is. And if anyone knows my history, for those of you who's been listening for quite a while, you guys kind of understand that. I'm not someone who will sit there and debate you on certain topics. That's Matt's job. Matt's the debater. I'm more of a person that says, go fuck yourself. So that's how that works. So, again, hey, listen. We didn't cover your TT last cycle. It sucked. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Get a life. No, I'm serious. I'm like...
That's the bridge version.
No, that's basically what it is. Look. Jeff didn't cover this TT. He skipped it. He skipped the TT. He skipped the TT. I think originally by accident, but then he read it and it was like, there's nothing really to cover here, right? So it was like, that's the bottom line. So he didn't cover it. Boo fucking who? We don't cover everyone's TT all the time anyway. That's just the reality of the situation. But to be disrespectful about it, you could have just wrote a nice little comment saying, "Hey guys, you missed my TT. Make sure you get it on the next one." That's how this usually works, and that's how most people get feedback. But no, you want to try to cut a promo on us? No. That's not how that works. So now that you have my undivided attention, perhaps on the next TT episode, I will read your TT aloud for everyone to hear. And they can judge for themselves as I make
Alex,
their ears bleed. Yes.
They didn't do TT this time.
Oh, that's too fucking bad.
At least not that I've known. I've looked through it, and maybe I'm missing it.
Well, maybe that the comments is just TT for the site. Who the fuck knows? Jesus fucking Christ, guys, come on. again, we do this. We're not paid. We do this for fun. It's a hobby. You come at me sideways, I'm going to hit you in the face with a brick.
This is fun.
I would just like to say one thing.
Yes.
And if the gentleman is listening, this is Jeff, the person that cut your teeth.
Learn his goddamn name, motherfucker.
Wait, your name's Jeff?
My name is Jeff.
I've been calling you Kent this whole time.
It is not. It is not a personal thing, but a little constructive criticism. If you're going to write an elaborate TT that names a whole bunch of rustlers that you do not run, please put a header on it that says your rustler's names so that I know what it is when I'm going through it. Because if I don't know what it is, I'm not going to read it. It's that simple. You could literally write, War and Peace. It could be that good. But if I don't know what the hell it is, I'm not going to read it. And the header on it, it was something completely off the wall with pictures of like a house on fire. And, I'm sure that was some kind of, creative niche, art, whatever, but I didn't get it. So, sorry.
And to add to that, go fuck yourself.
There it is, fans. The IWAR customer service department.
All of Canada, sorry. So Matt, so moving on from this, not that I want to move on from this, but moving on from this, Matt, what's going on in the ASL? They're talking shit about us again.
Oh yeah.
Are you telling me that they have nothing going on in their league, so they have to mention us to generate any kind of interest or fun for their league?
Well, yeah, they have all that great.
I don't understand. I really, really don't. Please, for the love of God, please, someone explain to me this. I need to understand. All right, IWAR has a few leagues, right? We have 4 leagues now, right? We have 4 leagues, right?
4 leagues.
I don't give a fuck what happens anywhere else in the game. I don't even read it most of the time. Someone might point something out to me. I might check it out. I'm not going to say, hey, listen, I'm going to go feud with the Texas Death League.
Not again.
Or the Noble Savage League. Like, why are you talking about us for? I don't understand. And more importantly, yes, I do enjoy Kool-Aid. It's delicious.
Kool-Aid is delicious.
I like purple.
It gets a bad rap, too.
What's everyone's favorite Kool-Aid flavor?
Ecto Cooler.
I know Scott is a Tang man himself. That's all good.
I always like the blue one, like the light blue one.
Jeff likes the Jammers, from what I understand. Is that correct, Jeff? You're Jammers man?
I'm an Ecto Cooler guy.
I love it. I got a case of Ecto Cooler in 2016. They came out just for a short period of time. They had them out. I bought a whole case of it, and it burns the shit out of your throat. It's the driest shit on the face of the earth.
When they released that bullshit Ghostbusters with the chicks in it,
yeah,
they put Ecto Cooler back out for like a year, and I was digging it. And then they released another Ghostbusters movie apparently, and they didn't put it out again. So.
You know what's surprisingly good? The high C at McDonald's is surprisingly good. Also,
damn right it is.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah. So we're still irritating old VRL players.
I don't understand. Still, this is from years ago.
Well, it's funny is I was thinking about it's almost like not nostalgic, but it's like, it reminds me of like when you see someone you went to high school with, or I don't know, somebody you used to work with maybe whatever a long time ago, and they're like, remember that time like Eddie like did that thing with the fork, and you're like, yeah, that was funny, and like you get nothing else to talk about, like we're running like the most fun place to play in the game, and you're running a cesspool, so piss off.
I don't understand.
I don't care. Focus
on your own shit.
And it's funny because all I could think of was. And here I was, a really nice guy a few weeks ago when what's his name, Mark screwed up, or not screwed up. It wasn't Mark's fault. He was in the finals of the best tournament, this huge event, which for those of you who don't know, I always talk about how like there's like, kind of two sides of the game, and there's a storytelling side, there's a strategy side, and the best of the best tournament in the NAL is like the tournament for like all the top players. Like I'll never be in this. I'm terrible. I get that. But like it's a huge thing to win it. It really is. Like it's a big, for these guys and in general. And one player thought he won and was all excited and talking smack. And then it came out that the IWA didn't play the other player's strats. So then they did, and he wasn't the winner anymore.
Uh-oh.
And I was so tempted to chime in and be like a real dick about it and be like, "Oh, that must suck." But I didn't. I was nice. I was mature. I've put those days behind. No, whatever. But it was really like I was so tempted to chime in, and I didn't. And then I see this crap. I'm like, I should have chimed in. F that guy. So again, if you're an IWAR player, it's funny because one of the common things that comes up about the IWAR is like a universal truth, and like Randall Angel always made fun of me for this because he'd be like, how many times I heard things about you and the guys over there and how this was that and this was blah blah blah, and then like you go there and it's like it's awesome. I'm like, yeah, it's a fun place to play. Like we have fun and and whatever. I remember there was a guy who came over from the XPL and he wanted to run like a thing, and I was trying to work a little feud with him. And he just didn't do well. Like it was a hard league for him, which it is a hard league.
Leagues are all tough.
Right, and he talks all this trash about the IWAR, like this league, this sucks, this is terrible, and now his league's about to close. So if the XPL bites the bullet, piss off. Like you don't cross us. Like just do your thing. Like you know what it is? It's like if you want to create like what the AWL does or the COH does, or like these pockets of like really good competitive like.
And recently they've been really good. And Tommy Christopher is the best example. But like those are really good. Super impressed by them.
And it's like what it also does for us, and this is just personally for me. Like when I see other leagues do well, I check them out. I see what they do well that works, and I go, what can I steal? And that's how it works. It's a game. We're having fun. So, for people to come in and we talked earlier about the guy who flipped out, on us in the NWL. We're really easy to approach. You just write us a letter, email us, whatever, and we're happy to help. But when things kind of go overboard and need to be kind of addressed, we try to do that too. Because then what happens is if you don't do it, you get the snits like the guys in the ASL. Like we don't give a shit. Run your shit. Tell you what, you want to impress us in the ASL? Build a better league. You want to impress us? Build a better league. You ain't been over $30-something, like $36 in credit. I don't care about that. I'd rather see really good trash talk instead of whatever the garbage is over there now. But you know what? Do your thing. We'd rather look at the BBL. Look at the BBL. Booming, growing. Rob's doing a great job with it.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Like WTL. The guy took a good Western theme. He's doing it in. I remember I had this conversation with Andy Koenig a long time ago about how you don't need to have the biggest league in the game. We have a lot of activity in our leagues, absolutely. Well, except the BWL, but that's new. And, it's about having fun, but at the same time, like, don't do yourself a disservice by putting too much work in. Remember, like, at the end of the day, this is a passion project, Like I keep saying, we got to work in that vacation time sometime, you know what I'm saying?
Look what happened to me this cycle. Like I sent my report to the IWA, and it completely jacked up. So, I try hey, listen, I try to make it easy for myself, and I use templates and I overwrite stuff, and yes, I do. And yeah, my file height was too big. And Matt, tell me how the printing copy looks, 'cause I don't think it's going to be great. So I apologize. That's my fault. I'll take full responsibility, and I will. I'm actually going to rebuild that report from scratch, from
what an a-hole.
I'm sorry, Kim.
Nobody's perfect, but we're doing our best.
Yeah, I know. Poor Kim broke all of her nails typing this, retyping everything.
Finding naked pictures of Wee Man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, so I guess we'll go into our results now. Fantastic. I'll start it off. Yeah, might as well. I'll start it off with the IWL League Champion, Ali Atari. Hate that guy. Television Champion, the Chameleon. New York City Champion, Blackjack Robertson. Los Angeles Champion, the American Patriots. Boston Champion, the Magnificent Marvin Moyer. Detroit Champion, Temujin Natera. Cleveland Champion, Justin Grace. Dallas Champion, Hunter Callahan. Memphis Champion, Enric Villamonte. Miami Champion, Barry Take-A-Knee Stevens. San Francisco Champion, Rosanna. Chicago Champion, Pop Culture, Peter Cross. League Tag Team Champion, Shane the Train Gloom and Mean Mike Zenith. TV Tag Team Champion, Christopher Destruction and Kenneth Oblivion. League Six-Man Champion, Bernard Bouchard, Guy Michael Gagon, and Jean-Pierre Temle. I think I said that right. TV Six-Man Champion, Axel and Alex von Schnapp, and your Battle Royal winner, winning 55 free IWL matches, Shocker Jimmy Electric. So, Alex G, what's going down? And the IWL. Well, as some of you know, we've just concluded Soul Survivor. So congratulations to Riley Reynolds for winning that event. It was a fantastic event. Write-ups are in. Now, you might notice that there are some matches that are missing from this write-up. I think I've said this a couple of different times. These are tough to put together, and they're hard to write. So first of all, thank you for the people who sent me match write-ups. It's greatly appreciated. If you're in matches and you don't send me write-ups, if I have time, I will write the match. If I don't have time, if I run out of time, the match will be dark. So it'll be a dark match. That's just the way it goes, guys. It would take me forever to write this all out and actually do it with the amount of matches that we have. So sometimes, hey, listen, you'll send me a write-up. It's a possibility that your match will get written up by me, because I do all the matches that that I'm either not in or that I'm in, and also the matches that are I don't get write-ups for. So I usually try to do my best in getting those in there, but sometimes I cannot do that. I cannot accommodate that. So if you really want your match to be on the pay-per-view, send them to me. That'd be helpful. If not, if your match did not make it on the pay-per-view, you're more than welcome to write it up in your next TT if you like. So just keep that in mind. So, but I think overall, I'm happy with the activity this cycle. I think we had how many matches we have this cycle, Matt? You have the stats in front of you.
I'll tell you, we had 125 cards,
God
55 entrants. So there you go.
Very successful. Very successful. Overall, so again, our next pay-per-view will be Wrestle Riot. We're actually going to have a Wrestle Riot match, which is our version of a kind of a 24/7 hardcore match that will have 12 competitors, and the last person standing holding the well, actually, it's going to be for the for the Grand Prix Championship. So the last person that has the Grand Prix Championship belts will be declared the winner and the new Grand Prix champion, because the backstabber has died.
Alex, do you know who transferred out of your league?
Neo Dragon.
You had 4 transfers out, and 2 removed after matches, so I'm guessing the women wrestlers that left, right?
I'm assuming so, yes. So.
All right.
It happens. We're going to lose our women's wrestlers, but we knew that when it came down to the BWL. So, but yeah, the backstabber has died. So he finally won his championship, and he was placed on the shoulders of all the great wrestlers that we have in the IWL, and he falls and breaks his neck. Thank you, Ryan, for that. That was Ryan's suggestion.
He's a tragic hero.
So yeah. So again, guys, but take the time out. These guys did a lot of work in doing these match write-ups. So please read them. I'll be greatly appreciative. In addition to that, we do have a new 4-pack challenge. So it's the Amazing Grace, the Three Birds Gun Connection, and Second Gen will be in the 4-pack challenge. And that person will be the number 1 contender for the Unified Tag Team Championship. Our main event for our next pay-per-view will be Riley Reynolds versus Barry Take-A-Knee Stevens for the IWL World Championships. Maybe. We'll see how that goes. In addition to that, I got to figure out who is the challenger for the Pan Am Championship, since we are using the in the Wrestle Riot match to declare our Grand Prix champion. So to be determined, I guess, on that. So Wrestle Riot will take place live from Mexico City, Mexico, from Arena, Mexico. So it's gonna be a fantastic show. So all right, man.
There it is.
I dig that. So Matt, do you want to go into BWL?
For
our first results.
Yeah. So
the inaugural edition.
The inaugural first bulletin results, May 2022, and this was the Black Widow champion going down. A reminder: there's no tag team titles in this league, so it's a really focus is just on singles wrestling. Although someone asked me, could you do tag matches? Yes, you can.
Can you do 3-ways though?
Yeah, I don't know for sure if like, you know, how much more money you earn as a tag match, because this league's gonna be really driven by the amount of money you earn in the league. So, for example, Mike Cook put together a 10 questionnaire, and the idea is if he picks your wrestler and you agree to it, if your wrestler does the questionnaire, you get X amount of IWA cash for doing the questions, but depending what questions you pick. And so Gina Colada did it this time, so she made $65,000, which seems like a lot, but I'll take it. So champions, here we go. All right, so our inaugural first Black Widow champion, Betty Than You. Our television champion, Tiamat. I'm reading it like Alex. Battle Royal winner.
I read it at third grade level. What do you want from me?
Battle Royal winner, Zoe Pecadora. That sounds like a legit girl you knew in high school who like had a reputation. Yeah. Oh my God! I went out with Zoe Pecadora. Whoa, what happened? I don't know.
I knew a girl in high school. I don't want to save that for another episode. I'm already in enough trouble with this one.
Right. All right. So our Japan Idol champion, Zoe Pecadora from the Battle Royal. The Joshi champion, Rachel Van Dorn. Zenjo champion. This seems to be the name of the cycle. Meat Train.
Love it.
I haven't read the promo yet, but I'm really hoping there's a good story behind the name Meat Train. Luchadores champion, Aria Gunpowder. Cholitas champion, Rain Grady. Bellatrix champion, Riley Reynolds. Themyscira, how do you say that?
Themyscira.
Thank you.
That's where Wonder Woman's
Hollywood champion, Not Safe for Work, Gina Colada. Sin City champion, Bacteria. That is so fitting. And Willowick champion. That's right. Willowick gets its own champion, Penny Punk. And then,
hey Matt, I have a question. How, when you open up a new league and it's built to number 1, how are the champions determined?
Sure. So the way it works is there are X amount of jobbers, and those jobbers are all given a certain strategy, right? So when you go in, usually everyone gets at least one match. Like in most new leagues, if it's like brand new, everyone got 6 matches this time. So we all had the chance to have 6 matches against these scrubs. So you increase your chance, and whoever scores the highest point total over a scrub wins the league championship. And then it works for the TV title, and then the Battle Royal fills all the rest of the regional belts. So that's how the regional belts get filled out the first time. So our other competitors include Boss of the South, Miss Cornbread, Spitfire Jeannie Briggs, Sensational Prodigy, Callie Kimura, Baruch Assault, the IWAR Women's World Champion right now, Starfell Tigress, Big Money Bonnie Banks did come in. Oh my God! All right, great. I will side note. I wasn't sure about Andrew McMillan, who runs, or Andrew, I get his last name, but he runs Bonnie Banks and Lone Star Redneck. And he's always communicated through letters to the IWA. And I was so like, I hope he's going to be able to get in there on time. And he did. So awesome. Very happy about that because he writes great promos. Wildfire Betty Red. Shiloh Wallace. I'm not tired. Biola Booger. And of course, Granny Styles. And Zuckaroo Zebop. So that's the contenders. So we had a total of 21 wrestlers.
Hey, wait a minute. Isn't Jeannie Briggs...
I'm sorry, no, it's 23 wrestlers.
Isn't Jeannie Briggs the main character from She's All That?
I never saw She's All That, so I don't know. Yes? No?
Darren Chinaman, I know you know.
So anyways, I'm sorry. I'm going to say there's actually 22 wrestlers. So it's really good. And we got a bunch of people I didn't know were joining, so I'm really happy about that. I would ask anyone listening, if you have not sent me a bio for your wrestler yet, please do. You'll see that further in the league. You'll see that I made the names up for the jobbers, and one of the names I thought I didn't put through got through. Own Ali fans. So, yeah. Yeah, there it is. So, Fanny Be Fine, I think, is my favorite name. Although I like Magician Abby Cadabra. Anyways, that's the first bulletin. So, just to give you a quick idea, the report's kind of, fun. And then the fun really begins with the stats and information. So this will be getting updated every cycle. Mike's handling this side of it. And we're going to track stars, bonus earnings, wins, losses, everything. So it's going to be really in-depth. So if you like the strat side of the game, you get to see kind of how it goes. Just a fun way to, get involved. And Mike, on his own, used his own wrestlers' monies to pull $5 million worth of fun money for the league.
Nice.
So it's really cool. And again, like I said, we're really building a lot of events around the money earned, because it's a really good barometer when it comes to who's doing what. And because there's only 6 matches per player, it really makes everyone in the same exact boat. So everyone has an even playing field. So anyways, if you're not in there yet, I hope you'll join us. And there's a lot of promos to look through, so I'm really excited.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Did you pick out a name for your first pay-per-view yet?
No.
Because I was kind of hoping it would be either Girls' Night Out or Where the Boys Aren't. Don't Google those.
Oh boy. It's not gonna be the Red Vibe Diaries.
Don't ever let me do anything for this league ever.
Oh, there will be a pay-per-view. There was also, I should mention this, the Queen of the Ring finals happened.
Oh, okay.
So the Queen of the Ring, I've never had a tournament with this many ties in it. We had to go to multiple tiebreakers the last 3 rounds, and this final was no different. It was Zuckaroo Zebop against Gina Colada. They both got 490s, and it went to tiebreaker, and it was Battle Royal, and Gina ended up winning, which I had not planned for at all. So I got to redo my theory on the promos, but still a fun event, and thanks all who did it. So we're gonna have more things coming up, so stay tuned for more events and action coming up. So yeah, that's the BWL. Do you dig that?
I do dig it, 100%. All right, next up we're gonna go NWL. Who's taking on NWL on this Tubecast?
I'll do the champions results. Aaron, do you want to do the pay-per-view results?
And he's gone.
Because I didn't even, I know he sent them, but I didn't even look them over. So I'll do the championships, and then
Aaron's on mute. I don't think he knows it. Or he fell down the stairs. Usually Luke falls down the stairs. So
I fell down the stairs.
Oh boy!
Again.
It was the ASL at it again.
Are you, Aaron? You go with that? I'll do the I'll do the title page rundown.
Sounds good, man.
All right, NWL number 183. We've got some dominant teams again, like usual. Our league champion, and I believe we have Dave the Decision Wazalewski actually pulled the I don't know what we call it, not the hat trick because that'd be 3, but whatever, the quad trick, I guess.
Golden sombrero.
Yeah, the
sounds racist.
What do they call it in WWE? Grand Slam champion.
There it is.
The Dave the Decision Wazalewski league champion, TV champion El Mascarado, who I believe has been TV champion, I think like 4 of the last 6 cycles. Central Plains champion is Rod Camino. East Coast champion, a new face, Sweet Southern Heat, Axel Eaton. Great Lakes champion, another new face, number 6, John Drake. Mid-Atlantic champion, an old face, Country Hammer, Rhett Grady.
Mm-hmm.
Northeast champion, Zymot Firefly. Pacific Northwest champion, Lionheart, Lachlan Kincaid of Honor Revolt. Rocky Mountains champion, Waz. The industry just cleaned house here this cycle. Southeast champion, Father Conrad. Southwest champion from the Battle Royal, Warpath, Wolf Keenan of HNR. West Coast champion, this is a new wrestler and I believe a new stable because I don't recognize the initials. The stable initials are Nord. And it's Tormund Erickson. Tormund Erickson is the West Coast champion from the Battle Royal. League Tag Team Champions, the Industry, Waz, and Dave the Decision Wazalewski. TV Tag Champions, Father Conrad and Father Arturo Bartolo, the tag team affectionately known as My Two Dads. League 6-man champions, the Industry, Waz, Rod Camino, and Dave Wazalewski. TV 6-man champions, Angelina Blanco, the Angel of Light, Father Conrad, and Father Arturo Bartolo. And the Battle Royal winner, rounding out his Grand Slam cycle, Dave the Decision Wazalewski of the Industry. And I'm not exactly sure how many matches we had because I didn't look at the strats email.
I've got that right here. So 153 cards, 1,218 matches, and 45 Battle Royal entrants. Currently at 158 wrestlers, 52 active. And we have 9 new wrestlers and 11 removed after matches.
Nice.
So yeah, I just wanted to say, first of all, thanks to Jeff for holding it down. I haven't been here for a couple of Tubecasts, but Jeff has been filling in honorably, and I consider Jeff, kind of almost one half of the commissioner of the NWL. So we share a lot of duties, and yeah, I just wanted to say thanks to him for holding it down, and I hope don't take that flack too seriously. You've done a great job in the NWL since you came in, both with your characters and helping out with graphics and everything else you do. So I just wanted to say I appreciate that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So yeah, I guess I'll go through some of the events that we've had on the go. We have a bit of a shakeup happening with our Clash of Champions cards and our Futurescape cards. Clash of Champions will still continue to happen every 4 cycles. They'll have the full deal kind of write-ups. I hope you guys are enjoying those. And then for Futurescape, we're going to do those on every cycle in between the Clash pay-per-views. Those won't have write-ups, but they will feature the Willowick Classic Tournament to determine the number 2 contender for the Young Lions Championship. And then we'll also have sort of matches to determine rankings, which will determine who's going to face off for the X1 Championships, the Lioness title, and the Young Lions Tag Team Championships at the next Clash. So it's sort of following the BRL format to a certain extent. And yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. If guys get eliminated from the Willowick Classic Tournament, then they can kind of go in, get into the mix for the X1 Championship contendership. So I think that's going to be pretty fun moving forward. It might take a bit of getting used to over a few cycles, but yeah, once we get into the group, I think it's going to be pretty fun. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoys it. Ongoing at the moment as well, we have the NWL All Rookie Cup, which I'm not sure how long that's been going for, Matt. I feel like it's been going on for a little while now.
2 years.
2 years.
How long has it been going on overall as an event?
Yeah,
I
remember last year it was a pretty big event. But I thought it was a little bit more prestigious than that. But maybe I'm inflating a little bit in my mind.
I can tell you. Give me 1 second. It's been going on. It started in the BRL.
Oh.
And became an IWAR NAL only event 2018. So it's been, 5-6 years now.
Right.
But it's overall long, but that's fine.
Yeah. So, I mean, there have been some pretty big names that have passed through it. I know since I've been in the IWAR, Flashy Jack Ferdinand was the winner last year, if I'm not mistaken, and he's gone on to pretty big success in the IWAR. He's the current IWAR world champion. So, I mean, passing through that tournament, could set the stage for big things to come for some of these rookies, which I hope is what will happen. The final 5 that we had for the All Rookie Cup were Nick Dane from the Honor Revolt stable, former NWL League champion, as well as a relative newcomer, the Nationalist. We also had the Playboy Mick Ferrari, former 3-time NWL League champion, and a bunch of other accolades that would probably take me a good 20-30 minutes to list, so I won't go through them right now. We also had Fabulous Harry Hurt, and then we had Machine as well. So those were our final 5 for the All Rookie Cup. This cycle, we've gotten it down to 2, and the final 2 in the All Rookie Cup, we're going to battle it out to determine the best rookie of 2022 are going to be No Limits, Nick Dane, and the Nationalist from the NWL. And so the winner of the All Rookie Cup is going to get a shot at the IWAR Revolution Championship. They'll get a spot on the cover of the IWAR magazine. There's a few other prizes involved, but they'll also get a real trophy, which is kind of a tradition that Matt started. So we'll make sure we get a little something out to the winner, which will either be Nick Dane or the Nationalist. And they pulled off a 491, both of them, to make it to the final 2. And that beat out Mick Ferrari's 487, Harry Hurt's 487, and Machine's 490. So a pretty semifinal. And then up next for the Futurescape card, the first kind of show in this new format, we're doing kind of 4 matches for the Willow Classic. We had Johnny Aztec versus Zanroar, and we had Zanroar win that with a 486. Then we had Nick Dane versus El Mascarado, and we had El Mascarado win that with a 497. Then we had Machine versus Oliver Livingston. Machine won that with a 490. And then we had Mark Justice versus Father Arturo Bartolo, and we had Mark Justice win that with a 489. So in the semifinals next cycle, we're going to have Zanroar versus El Mascarado, and we'll have Machine versus Mark Justice. And then that'll determine who faces a complete scumbag, Cesar Sterling, at the next Clash of Champions for the Young Lions Championship, which is currently vacant in the NWL. And then we had a couple of X1 championship contendership matches. We had Wolf Keenan, the former champion, beat Dark Danger. We had Hio de Teamster beat Nick Gemini, who I think is inactive. So, I mean, the jobber has become the jobbie in this case. And had newcomer John Drake defeating the Nationalist as well. So I think I'm going to try to keep track of wins and losses in this system. And then whoever kind of has the most wins by the time of the Clash of Champions card will become the #1 contender to the X1 championship. It was pretty cool. John Drake, the manager of John Drake, reached out to me and said that he wanted to do a feud with the Nationalists. So I hope this match kind of helps to stoke that a little bit.
Nice.
And kind of a fun side match, I had to get, the stars in the mix on this card. So we had Cesar Sterling defeating Harry Hurt, which, I mean, I'd be pretty open to guys, doing a write-up for these matches as well. Doing the full deal write-ups, kind of were weighing me down a little bit as far as my own TT and stuff like that. So I was just looking to minimize, the full scale write-ups. But if anyone ever wanted to do a write-up for one of these matches to help stoke a feud, then I think that'd be a pretty cool way to go. Then we had a Young Lions tag team title eliminator match. Xamot Firefly and Tomax Firefly versus Death Row. And then I'm open to more creative ways to do this, but we'll probably throw in some more tag team matches on the way to the Clash of Champions. But the Firefly brothers beat Death Row, so I guess my thought was that they would be in line for a tag team title shot at Clash, but we do have a few cycles to go. So I mean, on one hand, we have a while to build up to that match, so that might be cool. But on the other hand, maybe we want to get more tag teams in the mix as well. And then we also had a Lioness title eliminator where Sinister Moon beat Angelina Blanco, the current champion. So that would, in my mind, make Sinister Moon the #1 contender to the Lioness Championship. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that gives us enough time to kind of build to that match, which will be in 3 or 4 cycles. So, that could be cool. One question that I had was, are we still cycling women through the NWL, even with the advent of the Black Widow League?
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, it's still a rookie league, and that's fine.
Okay.
Like anything else, I mean, they're free to go wherever they want in the game. Like, I was asked by somebody earlier, or a couple days ago, what if I keep a wrestler in the BRL? And I said, you can do that. I said, but there will literally be no more, at least on my part as a report, no more women's wrestling focus. It's all been shifted to the BWL. So as far as I'm concerned, it'd be like, I'd rather see you go to the BWL and really rock it and have that going on than go to like the BRL and kind of waste away, because, that's where the women's wrestling action will be.
I dig that.
Gimmick infringement.
Oh my God.
Yeah, otherwise I think like the NWL keeps rocking. I think the TT Tubecast will be kind of fun to go through because there's some great TT as always in the NWL. And then we'll just keep rocking it and keep being sort of the development league for the IWAR. And I think, a lot of the stars from 2021 who were in the NWL are already making waves in the BRL and the IWL and the BWL. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the way things are going.
Hey, do we know how many new wrestlers we had in the NWL this cycle?
Yeah, I think it was 9 is what I
Yeah, because I'm looking, and so we, like I said, we ended up with a new stable. I don't think we know much about them yet, but there's 2 guys, the Nord stable. There's Skalgrim Redbeard, and then the other guy that ended up on the title page, Tormund Eriksson. And I mean, some of these other, like the Nationalist, and we got John Drake, Axel Eaton. We're starting to heat up again with talent coming in. So yeah. I think the longer the longer we give them to get their feet under them, I think we can have some really, really high end pay-per-views coming up here this summer.
Yeah, I have an NWL question.
Yep.
Now I don't know. It's page 21 in the report. If you're able to look at it, go take a look right now. If you're an old busted dude like me, remember those Angel Fire websites?
Yeah.
That get such Angel Fire like early days, early 2000s, late 90s design your own web. It's just so vibrant. There's so much going on. It reminds me of those like really well done. So I really enjoy it. And I just noticed the Young Lions tag belt. Man, you guys have such good designs. I sucked. Oh well. Anyways,
it's true.
We're
Good stuff.
all on the same. We're always busting out designs, so don't hesitate to ask.
Yeah, absolutely. Aaron did all those belts. Those belts are phenomenal.
Might need a new belt for Barry Stevens.
I fucking hate you.
Yes, good. Let the hate flow through you. Quick side note, mentioned the new wrestlers. The Ancient Astronaut Theorist. I just saw that name and liked it. So good on the newcomers. Thank you for listening. I am already a Super Dragon Mark.
And also, if you're looking for, I'm not sure. We had the idea of the IWAR Design Lab, which I think we were all maybe too busy to see that through. But for example, on the New Wave report, which kind of gives the listing of the champions, I used Fuego del Sol for El Mascarado just because, like, I was just taking a stab in the dark, and I thought it was kind of funny because El Mascarado is kind of one of the lamer characters that I know of, so that'd be funny to put in there. So if you don't want your avatar to be El Mascarado, feel free to get in touch, and then we can either figure something out, or you can send me an email with who you want in there.
Yeah, I love designing wrestlers in the WWE games. So absolutely, right. Anyone that needs a wrestler, I mean any league, anyone that needs a wrestler, hit me up. I'll be happy to sit down and do that. It gives me something to do whenever I'm bored.
I also used an aged Mickey Rourke for Fabulous Harry Hurt. Haven't gotten any feedback on a yay or nay on that, so I'm assuming that he's cool with it.
Yeah, you guys see some of the avatars I've picked in the past for people. Don't let me pick them. Do yourself a favor. I apologize in advance.
There it is.
All right, I dig that. So, Matt, what do you got BRL-wise?
All right, so leading off, Western Frontier Champion, Outlaw Ron Logan. Sorry, that's the wrong league. That's just, I wanted to throw a shout-out to a certain someone, Scott, who won the league championship there. So,
all right.
There it is. So. All right, so we're at BRL?
I hope so.
Oh, boy. All right, so BRL.
Yes, actually.
About 30 years since he's won a belt.
Do you want to tell him what the story behind Ron Logan is?
Just that.
Or not.
Just that I want him in the Hall of Fame. And any time that I've ever used Ron Logan, no one knew that. Now there's going to be tons of people going, what? Scott Franklin's in the WTO? They'll go, who's that? Well, he's a champion, bitch. So,
well, not only that, but Outlaw Ron Logan was the one who won you the clock, right?
Yes, which I don't have anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah. There used to be an IWA championship clock that you won for the championship. So,
do you remember the prizes you used to get for like doing subscriptions or something? You get like a catalog and you go in like a Huffy. I feel like the clock is from that catalog.
It was a wooden clock. It was dope.
It probably was.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I wanted to throw that out there. So, Battle Royal League 584. League champion, Decapitator. TV champion, Wrestling Demon Drugs, who has had this belt 4 out of the 6 cycles of activity this year. So let somebody else have it, or I'll ban you like Brad. Central Plains champion, Steve Whiskey. East Coast champion, Wolf.
Is that involuntary?
That was an attempt to be a wolf sound. Great Lakes champion, Sabertooth. Mid-Atlantic champion, Wrestling Demon Alcohol. Northeast champion, Hot Stuff Adam Cash. Who I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned last time or not, but Adam Cash is the 3rd wrestler to win all of the belts in the BRL. Yay me. Pacific Northwest champion, Rock the Dwayne Johnson. Rocky Mountains champion, Monster Truck Tanaka, leader of the Pain and Destruction stable. Southeast champion, author, go to page in the BRL, read Tanaka's promo. If you do nothing else tonight, read Tanaka's promo. Southeast champion, author of Agony, LePage Turner. Southwest champion, Jim the Anchor Needhart. West Coast champion, Tombstone. The tag champions, Matthew Van Slaughter, Jane the Vixen Red, and that is their 8th time as champion. They've broken they're number 6 all time now. So, yeah, racking it up. Winnipeg Wookiee and Dead Meat Leroy Buttersworth. TV tag champs, League 6-man, the Saskatchewan Sasquatch, the Zombie Hunter, Matthew Porter, and Chief Bull Gray Fox. This trio is also the IWAR World 6-man champions, and they will defend those belts against Playboy McFerrari, Owen Bullock, and the Total Package U.S. Mail at the next Magic Clash. TV 6-man champions, the Worthingtons, Mortimer, Obadiah, and Jeremiah, and the Battle Royal winner, winning $50 in IWA credit, Author of Agony, LePage Turner. So there's your BRL Championship results. Do you want me to do? I'm actually do the BRL Commissioner Belt results so people know what's going on with that.
Sure.
So we had the main event go down, and it was the Global Series was down to 3 matches. Jack Ferdinand defeated Greg Garner 487 on a tiebreaker. LePage Turner hit 496 over 494 for Kabuki Dragon. Aries defeated Mick Ferrari 491 to 487, and the way it works in the final round is the highest score goes on to challenge the champion. So LePage Turner will challenge for the Global Championship at Autumn Anarchy. So that's like a few months away. The North American rigged North American Series, Monster Truck Tanaka defeated El Barbero 494 to 487, and Tommy Zulu defeated Donnie Bloodstone 492 to 46. So Monster Truck Tanaka goes on to face Brom O'Baron at a Magibash. I got to figure out a way to correct the timing because it's a little bit off right now, but I'll figure it later. The last Women's Global Series match, Shiloh Wallace defeated Veruca Salt 489 to 487. I'm going to try to turn that match into something in the BWL. We'll see what happens. Tag team-wise, Zeus and Hercules defeated the Samoan Death Grip, and Mannequins defeated Whoop-Ass Incorporated. But Zeus and Hercules had the highest score, so Zeus and Hercules will challenge the East-West Connection for the Global Tag Belts at a Magibash. And the 6-man titles, the final round was BHD versus Mannequins, and they had a double tie. So it's going to be a triple threat match at a Magibash against the Olympians. So looking forward, main event number 8, which happens next cycle, and starts the process, to get the next challengers running. There are 12 matches. There are 7 matches in the North American Series, so lots of activity. I did include Rhett Grady in this matchup list, so I think you said you're bringing him over, but if not, I'll still count it. But I've got Rhett Grady versus Stevie Vertigo in the main event.
He's transferring over as soon as I send the email, so he'll be there next time.
Okay, so he'll be facing Stevie Vertigo in an old friends matchup. So
fuck Stevie Vertigo.
He's on his way to upstate New York right now. He's going to pay a visit. No, actually, his next TT is going to be a sports memorabilia convention in Reno, where it's going to feature O.J. Simpson as part of the lineup, and then he's going to get O.J. to come with him to the RX headquarters.
I feel like you're gonna drug OJ.
No one has to drug OJ.
That's right.
Red Grady, Stevie Vertigo, 2021 NWL Feud of the Year, and
that's right.
Rehash. Yeah, Stevie Vertigo. Stevie's still a little bit hurt that the Grady's blamed trying to burn the Grady Ranch down on him.
Yeah, a lot of blood was spilt between those two.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, that's the BRL results. So
no one cares.
You go. Poor Decapitator's like, what the hell, man?
I dig that. So Matt, what do you got IWAR wide?
Hey, dick. All right, so a lot going on. So I talked about Queen of the Ring already. I want to mention first off that the Summer Series 5 will start this coming cycle, so I'm going to get people rallied up for that. That is a amazingly tough contest we run. It's 4 cycles long. It's essentially the best strategy over 4 cycles. It's really hard to win. And then we also have Lethal Lottery 2, which you might remember last year had that phenomenal final with Flashy Jack Ferdinand and Alexander J. Styles defeating Dixon Ticonderoga and Monster Truck Tanaka. Yeah.
Oh. Never heard of him.
I'm also going to ask
I've erased that whole thing.
So if you want to be part of the Las Vegas, the Lethal Lottery Tag Team Tournament, get a hold of me, send me one wrestler. And this is, again, the system is, it's each wrestler's strategy added up for a team strategy, not like flowing. And the higher combination wins. I have a fantastic backdrop with Las Vegas because that's where Scott and I have been a number of times. And it's a fun place to go. So that's...
right to the Bunny Ranch.
That's right. No, I've been there.
No, we don't need to go to the Bunny Ranch. The Bunny Ranch usually coming to us.
Oh, fancy.
We went so long ago to Vegas. They used to give out the little baseball cards with the strippers on them.
Good for you.
Back in the day.
You two brothers? Damn right.
Yeah, that one was a hooker.
And I wanted her to hook me. That was okay.
Yeah, that was all right. All right, so sorry. The Johnny B. Cup, the final 8. So lots of close matchups. And Punk Rock Mike had a 488. And he defeated Playboy Mick Ferrari, who had a 487. So Punk Rock Mike's in the final 4. Who the heck is Mike Cook at a 496? He took down Sheepdog Roe Grady, who had a 491. So who the heck is Mike Cooks? Will take on Punk Rock Mike in one semifinal. Meanwhile, Firebird John Satterfield had a 487, and he got taken down by the Dream Ali Atari, who had a 498. And then El Barbero had a 487, and so did Flashy Jack Ferdinand. So by tiebreaker, it went down to Flashy Jack Ferdinand. So Flashy Jack will face Atari in the other semifinal. So that's going on next cycle. Then we have the Murano Memorial finals occurred. So third place, it was 3 teams. It was the Grace Brothers, the Mannequins, and Playboy Mick Ferrari and Sam Hain. Third place went to Mick Ferrari and Sam Hain with a 496. The Mannequins with a 508 came in second, and 511, the Chase Brothers, became the Murano tournament winners.
There it is. I love it.
It goes, first place is $50 in IWA credit. Second place is $12 in IWA credit. Third is $10 in IWA credit. And the winners will receive an IWAR tag team title shot at the next Magic Clash. So they'll take on the White Claw Outlaws. So
who?
Good on them. Let's see here. The best of the best 6, the Matrix. They had Greg Garner versus Mick Ferrari. This one went down to the wire, and this is the closest tiebreaker I've ever seen. It was 47-47. And it literally was, they were 1-2 in the battle royal. Like the battle royal, they were like one went, then the next went. So it was like, I think $2,200 to $2,100. It was like $100 difference that Mick Ferrari got by on. So otherwise, terrible cycle for Mick. And then Atticus Black with a 492 took down California Gunslinger with a 483. So the finals of this one is Mick Ferrari versus Atticus Black. And we will be loading up these brackets again for another round coming up soon. The Queen King of the Ring 2. So I loaded this up with NWO alumni, and the first higher scoring half of the field advanced, and it went Rod Camino advanced, the Chameleon advanced, Monster Truck Tanaka advanced, Luther Alexander advanced, Neo Dragon advanced. 492, baby.
It's awful.
Remember, this isn't about beating people. This is having the top half of the scores. So you did okay. So Neo Dragon advanced, Roe Grady advanced, Johnny Vegas advanced, and on the tiebreaker, there were 3 wrestlers with 490, but Seth Adamsley had the most earnings, so Seth Adamsley advanced. So that's the next round. So then the top 4 of those wrestlers next time will advance. The best of 7 series number 9 hasn't happened yet, but we're going to be loading it up and kicking it off very soon. That'll be an IWL star against an IWL star versus a BRL star, and the winner of which gets a Revolution title shot. So keep that in mind. This coming cycle has the Magic Clash matches, I believe. Let me double check that just to be sure. So we're looking at a Magic Clash 7. So all the title matches for the IWAR Championship, Revolution Championship, IWAR Tag titles, IWAR 6-man titles, IWAR Women's title will all come down to this coming cycle. So plan accordingly. Let's see. This coming cycle will also determine the finalists for the Johnny B Cup. So a lot's going on. And again, if you want to get in on the Summer Series or the Lethal Lottery Tag Tournament, it's a lot of fun. It's a different kind of tournament. And I always suggest, like if you have, let's say, for example, 2 guys, right? Like 2 different wrestlers. Put one wrestler in the Summer Series that you think your best strats possible going to be going to, and then put one of your other wrestlers you want to have fun with and put them in the tournament. I think it's a fun way to kind of like expand your play. Let's see. I think that's all the big news. I did write an article. I got in trouble with the IWA over this, but I tried to get a petition to ban Brad Norman from the game. It didn't work, but I think it's still worth the effort. So if you haven't seen it, go to the IWAR news page and you'll see the story about Brad winning the championship again. He was good spirit about it. But I just think it's fun. A question came up from Mike. He said, hey, how many guys from the IWAR have won the IWA championship? So I was thinking about it, and I think the first to do it was Rowdy Restaghini out of the NWL. I think that was 2013.
Yeah, that was the first NWL wrestler to win it too, right?
Yeah, and then Senya Lucha won it in 2014, and the very next cycle, Sir Gunther won it, and then the next year, or a year or two later, Steve Stryker won it, or I know Keith Maple won it. So it's like there's been about 5 or 6 people, but not a lot. And then Brad's done it twice. Yeah. And Mike was telling me too that I guess Brad's on a record, like he's like in 4 years won as many world championships as some guys have been playing for 20 years. Yeah. Because Brad's like a machine. So, damn you, Brad. I don't know what else you can. Am I forgetting anything?
Nothing important.
Oh, good.
Hey, I got some information on that pay-per-view. Where the boys aren't 8.
Yes.
Well, hey, that was a great main event. Janine Lynn Mueller against Deanna Lauren. That was top of the line.
Janine Lynn Mueller
against Nikki Tyler. Oh.
Yes.
They used to stop by a local store and do autographs, and for a while, some college friends we used to go and get autographs and like pictures.
Have I sent you guys the clips from the adult entertainment convention?
No.
Oh.
That you went to?
No. You crazy? My wife would kill me. But I'm there in spirit, though.
You just hear.
But it's like,
we've heard that anyway.
Listen.
That's true.
Listen.
Alex, stop.
It wouldn't be the first time. But you'd be surprised how similar it is to a wrestling convention. It's literally the same thing.
I think you know how my proclivities go, and I can tell you that the people that go to like adult things are the same ones that go to like Star Trek conventions and D&D conventions. It's all the same vibe.
It's exactly.
It's just different.
It's just like a wrestling convention, and I've been to plenty of those, so it's like I probably fit right in with them. I've always wondered this: is there like a Dave Meltzer of the adult entertainment industry? Like,
oh my god, there has to be.
There has to be a newsletter, and then they rate scenes and stuff like that. Like, oh, this scene was 6 stars.
You know, Alex, really, I saw a lot of the group action, and it really was a 5-star effort.
You know what's great about this movie? The director is actually Brad Armstrong.
Yes.
And yes, I know that.
Oh, rest in peace, Brad Armstrong.
That's what killed him.
That'd be fantastic.
I'm more of a Harry Reeves guy myself.
There's a picture out there of Matt holding on to the large jugular breasts of a young porn star.
There is. I believe it is out there.
I believe it.
What is her? I forgot her name. She has black hair. I've got the picture somewhere.
I need to copy that.
It was either Gina Fine or Shayla Fox.
It was Gina Fine.
Gina Fine, yeah. There was a picture of all of us like with her. It's just like I remember we drove away, and my friend was like, "Oh," I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Well, she's done a lot of stuff." I'm like, "I think it was too late to like worry about that before you walked in the building." It's like the strippers touched other dudes. Oh yeah, she has.
It's kind of the job, isn't it?
Good times.
Part of the deal here. Now that we made Aaron very uncomfortable, we're gonna...
Honey, I swear it was a wrestling game.
I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight.
Nice.
Speaking of falling asleep, if you guys check back an older episode of the IWAR Network Tubecast, you can actually hear Luke sleeping on one of them. So we're doing a Tubecast at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and all you hear in the background is him snoring away, and it's great.
That was awesome.
I thought that was me a month ago.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, Matt, you may want to do some timestamps to get past all the swearing in the beginning of this episode. Probably be helpful.
Tommy Zula will take care of that.
Tommy, hook us up with that, buddy.
Tommy, we appreciated that a lot. Actually,
yeah,
that was really great.
He came in the clutch in that one.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, any questions from the chat? I think it's just us and Darren.
That's all right. That's all right.
I wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest. All right, guys. So we are officially out of time. So for Matt, for Jeff, for Aaron, for Scott, I'm Alex G.